It's hard for INFJs to start a relationship. It is also possible to be alone for a very long period after ending a toxic relationship. What causes this inclination and why? Here are 8 facts about the soul status of a true INFJ. 8. They possess a strong sense of idealism and high standards. Their need for a connection that goes above the norm is the source of their high standards. INFJs look for a mate with whom they can connect deeply on an intellectual and emotional level, and who also understands them. Their relationship expectations are further complicated by this idealism. They frequently picture the ideal, peaceful marriage that embodies their core beliefs and ideals. INFJs find it difficult to accept anything less than their idealistic visions since, however how lovely it may be, this vision might be elusive in the everyday realities of relationships. Being single for an INFJ is a deliberate decision motivated by their refusal to compromise their values and goals rather than just not being in a relationship. This isn't an indication of being unduly choosy or selective. Rather, it's a reflection of their dedication to making a meaningful connection. Their desire to genuine, meaningful relationships is demonstrated by their high standards and idealism, which also contribute to their single status. 7. They are not fulfilled by casual dating or superficial partnerships. An INFJ's deep emotional needs are not met by superficial relationships, which are defined by surface-level interactions and a lack of true connection. They crave for a connection that explores the depths of their inner world, where talks are rich with content and authenticity, and they seek more than just friendship. INFJs may feel unfulfilled from casual relationships, which frequently revolves upon transient encounters. They pursue relationships that lack depth because they are motivated by a deep need for meaningful connections, and doing so seems like a sacrifice. INFJs appreciate true resonance, understanding, and connections based on shared values over quantity. The INFJ's aversion to having surface-level relationships is a reflection of their dedication to emotional sincerity rather than an indication of coldness. They see connections that develop like a complex and important tale, with each chapter exposing new levels of comprehension and shared experiences, rather than being satisfied with the fleeting nature of casual meetings. 6. They keep their hearts well guarded. INFJs are naturally wary of divulging their true feelings because they handle the complexities of relationships with a keen awareness of the possibility of emotional closeness. This cautious attitude is a defensive tactic resulting from a deep awareness of the emotional commitment that real connections require, not from a lack of desire to connect. The propensity of INFJs to protect their hearts may have originated from past experiences of disappointment or loss. Recollections of emotional injuries act as a warning to proceed cautiously while dealing with sensitive issues. INFJs use their guardedness as a self-preservation strategy to protect themselves from possible hurt and disappointment, not as a means of shutting others out. INFJ's guarded demeanor is a reflection of their dedication to authenticity rather than just a defensive tactic. They are aware of the intensity of their feelings and the value of the bonds they create. Consequently, they decide to save their sensitivity for those they think are deserving, people who show that they recognize the delicate nature of INFJs. 5. They are always looking to better themselves. For INFJs, improving oneself is an essential part of who they are. It's not just a side project. They are unrelenting in their quest to improve their self-awareness, hone their abilities, and become the finest versions of themselves. Their dedication to self-improvement is evidence of their innate desire for authenticity and self-alignment. This commitment to bettering oneself frequently trumps the difficulties of intimate relationships. Introspection and self-discovery need seclusion, which INFJs find fulfilling and comforting. Their time and effort spent on this never-ending journey pay off in terms of their development both personally and professionally. Because of their unwavering desire to better themselves, INFJs may experience a temporal paradox in their life. Even though they are open to the idea of dating, they may feel that the time is not quite right and prefer to concentrate on their continuous process of self-discovery. The INFJ's path to self-improvement is characterized by their high expectations of oneself. They might purposefully stay unmarried until they believe they have reached a certain point in their lives or have reached a level of emotional and personal development that meets their standards. Do you also desire to be alone as an INFJ in order to concentrate on personal growth? 4. They find it difficult to accept a partnership that falls short of their expectations. The INFJ's innate yearning for authenticity and depth is what drives their battle with settling, not some idealistic notion. They are looking for a partnership that reflects their understanding, values, and emotional resonance, a soulful connection that goes beyond the surface. Settling means giving into the core of what INFJs think a relationship should be. When they carefully negotiate the complicated dating scene, their unwillingness to accept a connection that doesn't live up to their expectations can result in a protracted time of singledom. INFJs don't set arbitrary standards. Rather, they are the result of a thorough comprehension of their emotional needs and a dedication to developing a relationship that is consistent with their underlying beliefs. Despite their exceptional judgment, INFJs may find it difficult to locate a spouse who shares their values because of this. 3. They take pleasure in their newfound freedom as single people. For individuals who identify as INFJs, being single offers an opportunity for personal growth and introspection. They enjoy having the freedom to pursue their hobbies, artistic endeavors, and spiritual development without the limitations of a romantic partnership. Being single turns into a time for them to pamper themselves, to embrace their uniqueness, and to pursue their passions to the fullest. Singlehood's associated independence fits the INFJ's contemplative disposition. They value the quiet that encourages introspection and helps them gain a deeper grasp of who they are and what they want out of life. This reflective time becomes an essential starting point for the kind of self-awareness that INFJs cherish in the interpersonal and personal spheres. INFJs value the freedom that comes with being single, even though they are not against the concept of a love relationship. This is a conscious decision to enjoy the freeing feeling of living life without the constraints of a relationship, not a sign of a fear of commitment. Do you, as an INFJ, follow your interests, passions, and side projects unhindered by relationships? 2. They are wary because of past heartbreak or disappointment experiences. For an INFJ, heartbreaks are more than simply fleeting discomfort. They have a profound effect and create enduring memories in their emotional landscape. Past setbacks turn into cautionary tales, making INFJs cautious when entering into new partnerships. The wounds from past experiences serve as a compass, steering them clear of circumstances that could trigger another bout of emotional upheaval. This caution is a profound grasp of the vulnerability involved in opening out to another person, not a sign of resistance to love. INFJs are cautious with their hearts, opting to invest only when they feel a resonance that is in line with their beliefs and goals. They respect emotional depth and honesty. In this case, INFJs choose to remain single consciously in order to shield themselves from any harm rather than jumping into committed partnerships. They take the time to evaluate the emotional terrain and make sure that mutual respect, trust, and understanding serve as the cornerstones of the relationship. 1. They have a hard time finding someone who genuinely gets them. INFJs have complex layers of feelings, ideas, and values. They long for a companion who can fully understand the complexities of their existence in addition to wanting partnerships with depth and honesty. The difficult part is trying to locate someone who will listen to them and understand the subtleties of their ideas and emotions while also taking into account the breadth of their emotional terrain. The distinctive personality type of the INFJ is the reason for the difficulty in comprehending. They are frequently characterized as paradoxical creatures that combine logic with creativity, warmth, and energy. INFJs may experience feelings of loneliness even in the midst of social situations because of their complex character, which can be difficult for others to completely understand. INFJs may decide to stay alone in order to pursue true understanding rather than accept relationships that don't have the depth they desire. This conscious decision shows their dedication to discovering a unique and meaningful connection, where their ideas and feelings are received with resonance rather than confusion, rather than a rejection of friendship. Do you, as an INFJ, similarly think that being single is preferable than sacrificing authenticity? Every INFJ's romantic journey is distinct and shaped by a variety of individual circumstances. None of these circumstances, nevertheless, implies that people are less deserving of love or incapable of loving. Why do you think you can maintain a long-term single status as an INFJ? Do you recognize this fundamental strength?